Hi, everyone. Welcome to the TimingResearch.com Analyze Your Trade, episode number 169 for August 17th, 2021. My name is David Kosmeter. I'm the creator of TimingResearch.com, and we are recording this today at 3:15 p.m. Eastern Time, so a little earlier than our normal time. But today I have arranged for ProTrader Mike to join us, and you should be seeing his screen right now. And the option professor is back to moderate. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to him.
Okay. Thanks everybody for being here. Today we got ProTrader Mike of the Mojo Trader, and Mike's going to give us a quick background on himself and what's going on at Mojo, and then we're going to get right into this list and try to give you some insight on what's going on. Mike?
Sounds great. Thanks for having me again on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Go over some great stocks. I think it was on a couple of weeks ago talking about how I thought the market was going to be actually making a little bit of a downturn. There's a little bit more risk on the downside than the upside. Seem to be going through that right now. And once again, I'm ProTrader Mike from Mojo Day Trading. I've been trading the stock market in the trenches for 30 years. I play the same blinking screen every single day, so I'm used to it. I have a system and some strategies, which are the rules of my system, that I use every day to trade stocks, crypto, and futures. So that's what I do. I just know a little bit more than most people because I've been doing it a lot longer, and I've been successful at it. So I'm still in the game.
Sure. And you've got a lot of different stocks that you're focused on, which we're going to get into before we get out of here. But let's go to the ones that have been listed by the listeners here. First one is Zillow, and Zillow Z.
Put that up on my screen. As you can see, this is the Dash Trader Pro platform that we're looking at on my screen. And I have my market watch on the left, 42 minutes to the market close, and I have a nice 2-minute chart right here running on the main. Let me get rid of this. This is always on top. We don't want that on top.
This looks like a nightmare on Elm Street.
All right, Z.
Z was high as over 200 bucks this year, and now it's at 93. So not exactly the road to riches, huh?
No, it sure broke down once it went under 100. Did the little reverse par. Next stop should be around 77. Yeah, 77 to 82.
You use moving averages a little bit on this stuff, Mike? Because I've been looking at the
price related. Price related. You know why? Let me show you why. It's very simple. It's all math. So if we take the math right here, and you're buying at 90, where would your stop be? How much would you risk? If it was $9, I may risk down to $2, down to $8 maybe, 777 to 782. Usually stops, goes to 8, ticks under, stops you out, and goes back up. So the people buying here, they're accumulating the stops in the pool down here. Once it gets weighted enough, the buyers will slip out of the way. It should slip down with a beautiful red bar to 77 to 82, somewhat like this big red bar that went down 10 points. It's the precursor. And then it'll suck you out, come right back up to 90 where she is right now. Let's move on to the next. And it did it right here, actually, when it went through 200. It actually stopped at 122. It went down, and that's my stopping station, 122 to 127. So it actually went down a considerable, but in 3 days, it went to 177. You see the number? Amazing. I never even saw that number ever. I'm not like tricking you and saying, dude, look, he picked 77 to 82 down here. The top from that third bar is 77 to 82. It's just something that I did. Let's move to the next one. I'll show you another good one.
The next stock?
Yeah.
Nvidia.
It's been hot lately with AMD.
I thought the semis rolled over last week. That was kind of an indication.
Nvidia, look where it's going, 177 to 82. There she is. It's going to come right to this little green, little red area, which is 177 to 82, because the people buying it again here at 200, it went under par at 190, same as Zillow at 94.90. The stops are accumulating right underneath here. This isn't much risk they would take, and that's what's going to happen.
Do you see any RSI in your stuff, or not too much?
No, the technicals, the VWAP, the Fibonacci's, the Bollingers, they don't seem to work so well. I kind of look for a trending indicator like the stochastics, which just shows me the trend as it's moving, because the trend is your friend.
Right.
And stocks in motion stay in motion. If you
Right.
follow those two rules, you'll be 80% right on your trades. That's all.
Now, on stochastics, do you try to look at a stretch point down towards 20 or above 80 and then start?
Stochastics, and this is on the daily. So I'm trading like on the, let's say the 5-minute chart. It happens the same on the daily charts, but I'm trading off the 5 minutes. So what happens is when the stock is down here on the bottom, after it makes a big red and then firms up on the green,
Right.
move the stochastics higher. Let me draw.
I got you.
Let me draw a little. I call it the chairlift. So right off here, you have this bottom. So I would scale in. I would try to get an entry here.
Yeah.
On this green, I would buy 2, and I would buy my 3rd one on the first one up. So now I'm on a chairlift, and this thing's going high, just like you're skiing. I'm heading towards the 80% stochastic line. It's right here. 80%. That's 80.
And then you take some money off the table.
That will tell me how long to stay in the particular trade.
Right.
I'm staying in till right here, which is that right there. Same thing, I'm staying into right here, which is this red bar. I'm staying in here, which is this red bar. So I can really ride some nice ones up until it crosses these red bars. So that's how it'll tell me how long to stay in the stock. And if you switch to the daily chart, it does the same thing. So if you look right here in the height of the bull run. So right here, it made a beautiful chairlift up into rail grind, and it ended right there. So you actually rode that one to that point right there. This one went really long time.
Mm-hmm.
You actually could have sold half the position here and the rest there. This was a really long one right here, which started here and ended here. That's a very long one, indicated by this. So what I would do is I would switch to the weekly. And if you switch to the weekly, once you're in it, look how long this one stayed in. Right here. This is what I just showed you, this whole big run. How it stays above 80%. It did it right here. And it did it a little bit right here. And that's how you know to stay in until it crosses and goes lower. Crossed and went lower. Crossed and went lower. And you got to respect that cross, because that's, as I said on the last show, if you watch our last one, the Cupid top, how it comes up from green to red onto the other side. And that's the loving end of the trade.
Sure.
What's the next?
All right. Next guy up on the deck is the Spies. So what's the 500 look like to you? Coming into some support here at around 440.
Well, we crossed STO right there, so I'd be shorting it right here at 442. It's going to come down to 427 by 32, right in here.
So there's more to come.
Oh yeah, stopping station. All the people. And first of all, this is coming down. It's got to come down and bounce back up, just like it did here, just like it did here, just like it did here. So these kind of 3 bottoms. So this one hasn't done, it may come to here, which is 36, but I think it comes to here, which is 22 to 27. That's the number.
Could we be in these doldrums for about a month, and then maybe at the end of September we really get moving again? What do you think?
Not putting it down. Look what happened here. So when you went from here, this was 4 days. It went from 440 to 420. So now
Right.
it's at 440 again. Put it right here in 4 days, right back to 420. Let's get a mimic right here of this. If we close Marabuzu, which is right here today, we'll get the same thing. Let me show you what Marabuzu is. See this red bar?
Yeah.
It opened here and it closed right at the bottom.
Right.
There's no wick. The following day, it adjusted down huge. So right here at 440, if we come down and it closes and fills this in and closes right here at the red, the only thing that can save it is the plunge protection team.
Right.
Otherwise, let's see another red bar and another red bar and bring it down to test 420 range. See what happens.
And then maybe they come in and support it.
Yeah.
Two areas, the transports and the Russell, both peaked a long time ago. And that's concerning to some people. So let's look at IWM, which is a proxy for the Russell. And it looks to me like it's giving it up, but what do you see?
I see it rising up, but this is, it went from 224. It usually bounces right off here. So
Yeah.
15.
Right.
So if it breaks 215, it's going to head to the next 5 center, which is 210. But it holds 215. She should go back to 220. It's going to stay in this box. It's got a ceiling here. It's going to take a lot to break this.
If
So
it breaks
right
two,
here,
if it broke
all
two,
of
if it broke
this-
210, though, the whole party looks
Yeah,
over.
all
there,
of
but-
that is like, I mean, if you can make it up into there, it becomes bullish. But right now the trend is still bearish.
Yeah.
But you play it for a bounce up.
And what's your stochastic reading? Is it lower, isn't it?
It's actually come off the bottom, and you're actually like sitting in line waiting to get on. See, it's like
Sometimes the stochastic stay low for a while as the market keeps going down.
well, right now this one is actually right here.
Of course, this is on a day trade, very short term, right?
This is on the daily.
Oh, it is daily. Okay.
Yeah, this is the daily. So last time it came off here, it kind of like went on an angle this way. This one was very sharp up because the following day was a big green.
Yeah,
So
right.
if we get a big green, this will tail up a little bit right here, and then you'll be in the middle of the chair, around 40% probably, halfway up the mountain. We get one little green bar back up to 218, 219 right there. That'll make that stochastic go higher. Otherwise, we're, it's gonna bounce off the bottom of this. There's not much room down here. It's gonna bounce.
This next one is WERN.
WERN.
Yeah.
WERN.
And they're a transportational
Right,
logistics
right.
company, I guess. So they're kind of in the transport business. They're probably not doing so good today, are they?
It's in rail grind. Look, right here. Your chair lifted up. You've been in it since here, and it's strong. You're riding high, so you're strong right here in this little tiny box. You're going to probably break the top of this and the top of this, which is 47, head up to 50.
Huh.
It's bullish. As long as it stays in rail grind right here, it's bullish. It could stay there for a long time.
It's interesting because the overall sector is doing lousy.
Look what it did back here. As soon as it entered rail grind, which is about here, it stayed into here, which is the red bar. So you stayed in here, 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 and here. You stayed in a pretty long time.
Yeah. So this actually is more this is more stable than the rest of that index. Yeah.
Yeah. Here, this is what it's looking like now, kind of. Right here, how it's above a little bit on these 4 bars. This is like this, these 4 right here. And it's just staying up a little bit. So if it stays up, we might get a little breakout above. Otherwise, it'll mimic this one right here where it comes back down. But this one looks good. I like this one. If you look at the inside of the chart pattern, you have a cup and a handle. There's a cup and a handle, and a cup and a handle, and a saucer underneath it. It's very bullish.
All right, the next one's on EVs. It's NIO, and NIO was very popular for a while, and now it looks like they're throwing it out with the bathwater.
Yeah, $38. Pretty. It's got like some support here. It's at the bottom of the STO, coming up a little bit towards 20%. It's not that bad. Not bad.
It's got a great story, but the political risk is killing it.
Yeah, chart wise, it looks like it's got some support to come back up into 40, but you know, what's the catalyst? What's the trend is not going higher. The trend actually is, you know, is this a dead cat bounce, going to bounce up and then die again? You know, is there a better one to trade in the same industry? Probably.
Yeah, Tesla is getting whacked lately, so I'm sure they're whacking anything that has to do with EV.
This other one, LCID, Lucid Motors, LCID, right here, same chart pattern as NEO. You see 1, 2,
Yeah, they're
3,
throwing them all out.
4 down in a green. NEO, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 down in a green, same thing. See Tesla. 3 down, hasn't started its green yet. Tesla can get crushed if it goes on to 621 right here, 621, 630 right here, 627 right here. This will get crushed. So
they get some bad press going around with the
a very big day for
cruise
Tesla.
control. Yeah.
Tomorrow is a very, very big day for Tesla because we're still heading down on the STO in a descending angle, right? It just went under 20%. So we haven't bottomed yet by any means. You need that V. So you know it's not near a bottom. You need this little like V right here, this V, this V, this, and it hasn't done it yet here.
Yeah. They got some bad press, so they're going to go, they're trying to get over it, I guess.
Yeah.
The next guy up here on the list is AMD, which is probably similar to your Nvidia, meaning it had rolled over a little bit, but it's kind of stable today.
Yeah, looks good. 107 went to 122. This is stopping station. It's very stable in here. As long as you can buy it here and just keep it above 100, sky's the limit.
Got to keep it above 100 though. Huh?
Yeah, I'd sell it 103 because I know it's going to go to 100 at 103. If I bought it at 107, I'm wrong, dude. If I buy it at 107 thinking it's going to go higher, it goes to 103, I'm down 4 points already. I could take one more shot at averaging down and playing the bounce back up, risking another 1 point, but I'm wrong. You got to accept you're wrong. But if I bought it at 107, it went to 110 and perched this 110, 111, and I added there, then I'd be above it with my cost basis, and I'd let the sky's the limit, man. And it's in the middle. You're like, you know, you went up in the chairlift, you're stuck in the middle right now. They stopped it. Which way is it going to go? Who knows?
Oh, the next one's an expensive stock, HubStop.
What is it?
HUBS.
What is it?
HUBS. HubStock. HubSpot.
Oh, yeah.
And they are software again.
600. Is this worth $648 a share, this company? Is it? Hubs?
I don't know. They're in Cambridge, Mass. They must be smart people near Harvard and MIT, right?
What do they even do? Let me put it up in the Mojo.
They're software developing for marketing, sales, and customer
cool
service.
with the Mojo room. See, this is my Mojo day trade. I can go company info. What is the symbol? Hubs.
It's a CRM platform.
See right here, and it pulls it up. Hubs company name, HubSpot, New York Stock Exchange, SIC code 7372, and software publishers. Here's their website. CEO's Brian Halligan. Their phone number's right here. That's some pretty cool info. Right there, pulls up in the Mojo room, dude. It's pretty cool how it does that. It's a bot. It's a robot that does that. I could pull up right here. I can go news, and I can go, what is that symbol? Hubbies, hubs. And I pull up the news. Here's the news. Liverpool launches a new partnership with Think Markets. Liverpool has welcomed global online trading broker Think Markets. Yeah, hubs. All right, this is their news, bro. But that's the Mojo and how cool it does that. I hate that stock, dude. I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
ROKU's up next.
Better name. Roku's a bottom bouncer, man. Or 350. Came off. Everyone's getting stomped out. Wishing they can get back in now. Chairlift hit the bottom. You went back above 20%. We're just chilling. Take a little position. See how she rides back up towards 80. But you got to accept you're wrong. If you're wrong, just reprice it. Go here 355. risk 5 points to 350, because if you're wrong, it'll crush 350 to 340. You can buy back 10 points cheaper. Otherwise, beauty, add a 360, add a 370, add a 380, add a 390, and ride it through 400. Why not? Chairlift that baby up to 80%. At 80%, it'll be at 380, 390. Above 80% on the stochastics, you're at 400. Picture it. It's going to take a week, week and a half for it to trek up there. You go another 5, 6, 7 bars higher. Yeah, I can do that. Be a nice little picture. I could draw it for you. But what's the next one?
Shamur, CC.
Yeah, 30.
Looks like it's holding on for dear life at 33, huh?
Yeah, it's got a little base. It's not doing anything. So this is a base breakout right here. So what's it going to do? Here's your base. So what's going to happen is it's in this box. The top of the box right here and the bottom of the box right here are volatile zones. In between, it's going to do nothing but triangle back and forth. And they'll play it. It's going to do nothing until some huge news or something's going to come out. But right here in this zone of 36 and this zone of 31, it'll pick up some volume and decide which way it wants to go. Bouncing off or breaking through. It does nothing. It's nothing. It's a base break.
Well, we found the one-eyed man in the Valley of the Blind here today. DPZ.
DPZ.
It's
Yeah, this one's good. It's moving up. Went through 500.
pizza.
527. What is this? DP? Is this Domino's?
Yeah.
You know, I picked Domino's when the COVID came out.
Right.
Because I knew Domino's and Papa John's would do good. Let me see. What was the date on that? That was
$300 ago.
let me show you what it looked like. Gotta plug in my goods, dude. I got a vault of my older newsletters. Here it is. Newsletters. DPZ. DPZ. Enter. Let me cruise on over to my swing trade list right here and get the date that I picked the DPZ. Here's my master list of 9 years of swing picks. DPZ. Let's do a search and get the date. DPZ right here. Domino's Pizza at $293 to go through 300, baby. I sold it at 335 in 3 days. Now it's at 527. Oh, look what else I bought. Look what else I bought. Papa John's at 40. Sold it at 53 through mini 50. And now it's 128. Yes. I picked some good ones, dude, during that time. I picked Teva at 650. Look, I picked some good ones during the COVID. So DPZ at 293 to 335. I picked WTRH. They do online ordering for your home.
Right.
At 5 cents is 305. I sold it. It's now $1.10. I got what else? Clorox at 165 when they couldn't make enough Clorox. Sold it at 205 in 9 days. It's back to 170. See, you got to take profits.
Or roll them into some calls.
Exactly. Like these CGC April 17 covered call right here that I sold to 85 cents. The Tilray covered calls. I have a lot of covered calls in here. Here, Tal Education at 47. Pick that one. Grand Canyon Education at 60. Sold it at 70. It's at 85. These are all online. I knew people would be going online and home to be doing it in their house. That was Grand Canyon. Bright Scholar Education, BEDU at 560, sold at 655, 16 to 17. You want to see the big one? NVAX at 745. I sold it at 9. It's 236. Crazy. I bought it here at 5. I sold it at 178. It's 236. Nice one, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Here's Trill, 500%, CLSD, 281%, AOSL. Here's a semiconductor at 12, sold 14 is 25. These are all Ken Slim picks. Every one of these stocks has 7 quarters, 8 quarters of increasing earnings, 100% or better. They have small floats. They are leaders in their industry. They're institutionally owned, and the market momentum was crazy on. Look, Sava at $1.48 is 11. I sold it at, it's 104. I picked it 12/1 of 2019 at $1.48. It's 104. Nuts. I picked this one, iBio, at 38 cents, sold it at 2. Sold it at 3. It's back at $1. Some crazy moves. What's your next one?
Next one is Uber, which has showed up on a lot of 13F filings that I was going through. So people are kind of constructive on Uber looking forward. Any reason for that?
Uber, yeah, looks like it's hitting bottom right down here. Look
40
like
bucks.
accumulation down here, getting in line in the chairlift down here. Let me in line. I'll take a little piece down here. She stops. Got some support right here at 40.50 at 40 range. 50-cent risk. Ride that baby up back to 45. I don't think it goes higher. Stays in this little box down here. But what kind of catalyst does it have that's going to propel that thing up? No, they don't. It's probably lift is the same thing. LFYT. LFYT. Probably looks the same.
This next one's your cup of tea, Mike. ALF looks like a Mike trade to me. ALF.
Like Alf. We trade Alf in the Mojo room.
Don't you think it looks like a Mike trade?
Yeah. You want to see? Look, let me do a search for Alf. Look. See? I told you we traded in the Mojo room. Look, here he is, Alf. See him? Right?
Yep.
There he is. Alf. Let's see where I traded him. Alf be rocking right here, baby. Mojo got 5,000 shares at 1950. It's 1974. Trading Alf in the Mojo room. And that was on 6/28 of 21. Mojo's trading Alf. Dude, when that thing comes up, how good is the Giphy on that, dude, right?
Yeah.
I used every one there was, dude. That one. I probably used like 9 other ones too.
But it's going today, 35% up. What do you think's going on there?
Alf.
And the RSI just jumped through 50.
That's what's going on. Alf, dude, I traded it up in 19. Don't you think people got stopped out here finally?
Well, I'm saying the thing went down to like 6.5, and then today it's already up to like
scary.
What's it up to? It's up to 968.
Scary. It like hit you in the face with a big old pole right there.
What are they into? Do you know?
No, I could pull it up in the Mojo room.
Yeah, why don't we pull it up in the Mojo room? Since it looks very something's going on.
Pull up the news on Alf. Jump to the present. Here we go, Alf. Alf, 41 minutes ago. Alfie tops the gainers. It's called Alfie. Alfie, 20%. Read more. Check it out.
They're a financial company. What are the insurance?
Alfie tops tech gainers. Right here. Alfie digital advertising tablet rolls out ride share vehicles. That's maybe why Uber's in. People are talking about Alfie and the Uber. increases 14 US markets, expects 150,000 tablets deployed by the end of 2022. Ride share drivers nationwide. They're taking up competition, Alf for Uber.
Yeah.
Alf against Uber. That'd be a good movie.
It's like an option, you know, single digits is like an option.
Alf against Uber, like a movie. What's the markets doing right here? SQQ, my little SQQ. What is that? 31 by 32. All right. What's the next one on the list?
Next one is Generac, also in a lot of the big guys' portfolios. They kind of like this generator deal. It's been doing pretty good, I think, overall. I know what it's doing today.
What's the symbol?
GNRC, you know, they're like if you're out in the country and you get a storm, if you have this thing,
Oh,
you
yeah.
get
All
hot
right, yeah,
coffee
this
and a
is-
hot
yeah,
shower.
This is your destruction. So let's see the plunge protection team come in and save this one. This is things. If this thing goes down tomorrow, the company's done. I might as well declare bankruptcy. Done. How low can it go? How big can the bar be?
Oh,
Big Red.
yeah.
Has Big Red come yet?
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what Big Red is, dude. Big Red. You know Big Red. Big Red's kind of here. Big Red's there, dude. Big Red's around, dude. Big Red's here.
This
You
is
know that, like,
institutions
gum?
probably getting out of this thing, and there's nobody on the other side.
Oh, dude. I don't. Who wants to buy? Who, dude? You know.
All right, here's one that's in the news today. ProTrader Mike, Palantir supposedly put in $50 million for a
There
Black
it is.
Swan event into gold. So do you want to look at GOLD and tell us if
Yeah,
Palantir
buy
is
CeeLo.
scared of their own
Instead.
shadow or what?
Kidding me, dude? This thing's destroyed. You know how many people right now are going to bed? They have no sleeping point. They're praying. First of all, the stochastics hasn't even stopped going lower. You test the bottom of this Marabuzu red. Oh boy, you're in. It's called trouble land, dude. This thing's trouble.
Oh, this is Barrack, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious, this is trouble. I would go instead. I'd come up right here, come into my specialty, go into here, come fly over here. Let's go a little CeeLo. You want some gold? There you go. Get a little CeeLo. CeeLo is the crypto for mobile. This is like gold, the crypto of gold. CeeLo's ecosystem, what does it compare it to gold? CeeLo coin and gold.
What's the symbol on this thing?
CeeLo, CELO. Introduction to C Gold.
Huh.
CeeLo is a payments platform attempt to make crisp payments with support of communities around the world. It's a blockchain focused on easy payments. CeeLo dollars called CeeLo Gold. You want gold? Digital gold. Right there. CeeLo, blockchain. Imagine getting in with the miners back in the old day when they're at the river and they're scooping it up and they're going up and they're bringing it for them saying, pay me so I can feed my family. And you're like, dude, holy shit, I'm going to invest in that guy. Because, dude, if this gold thing happens, dude, in the future, and the big boys come in and the machines, and they really bring it to the next level because people are getting, dude, I'm gonna make a fortune. You can do that right now with digital gold. You can buy the river.
Throw up RIOT. See what RIOT looks like, Mike. RIOT, RIOT.
Yeah, right.
It looks to me like it's at a very big impasse. It's at 33. If it busts under here, you got trouble.
With mining, and I don't like the mining aspect. It's too unstable. Okay. I would rather, instead of looking on the blockchains at a RIOT, there is another one. It's Comrade DPW right here. That's why that one's down. It's other Comrade Mara. These are the three tough boys in town. Same chart, same three guys. I would look at this ETHE, which is Ethereum,
right.
Grayscale Trust.
Right.
So if anything works out in the future and Ethereum, my target's 5,000, it's 3,000. If that goes to 5, that stock goes to 50. It trails Ethereum, the coin.
Right.
So if Ethereum works, that stock works, ETHE. And it's at the bottom of the stochastic, so you could buy that right now at a discount. I'd be all over it.
GBTC, same story.
Same thing, but it's stable. It's not going to do anything. It's already made its move. See,
Right.
if you switch to the weekly, it's already still in the weekly STO above 80%. It's already made its move from $22 already back up here. So it's already made, and it'll stabilize in this whole little zone. It's like basing out right now, and it's going to take a year, 2 years to see this thing re-break any kind of highs, which it was. In the meantime, Ethereum is going to work out and be valued where it should be at 15,000. You got the $100 bill, you got the $50 bill, you got the $20 bill, you got the $10 bill, the 5, the single, and then the change.
Right.
That's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ripple, Cardano, EOS, and you name it down the line. Each one's a lower denomination of pure power that's going to build the future of the digital world. Not for me and you, we're going to be dead, but for our kids and grandkids.
Right.
Because, dude, could you, with the COVID and all that thing going around right now, dude, could you imagine taking money here? Cash me out. Give me 5 singles, please. You know, give me change of a 20, please. They'll be like, dude, what are you talking about? Change? What's change of a 20? It's dirty, dude. I don't want to touch your money. You're gonna have to like hand me up. You can keep all the change, donate it to charity. I don't want to touch it because you're handing me like a handful of COVID, and I'm gonna like bring it into my house now. Thank you, no thanks.
You know, Unilever was in the news. They had to pay 9% premium to turn Nigerian money into dollars over there. And that kind of remittance and transferring of money is really why this thing is going to work, because people are very tired of nickel and diming to get their own money out.
Oh, it's happening everywhere else around us until it comes here. We're going to realize it after the fact, which we always do anyway, because let other people try it out first. And if it works and it gets adopted, all right, we'll check it out, especially if it's decent for us.
Right. El Salvador is using it as currency.
Yeah, across the world.
Yeah, there's a lot of countries who have bad currency. So, you know, this thing is going to work very well for those people.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So we got a little bit of time. Listen, before we wrap this thing up, let's go over some of the stuff over at your shop there, because, you know, you got a lot of stuff that you go over, and a lot of people don't watch this stuff.
Yeah, let me show you my Sunday newsletter right here.
Yes, I was going to say.
This was the one that went out on Sunday. I'll show you why I picked them.
And this is the kind of stuff people can get if they hook up with you.
Yeah. So this is the newsletter right here, swing trading newsletter. My structure is it comes out every Sunday night, and it's based on Heinz trade plays, earnings trade plays, and great chart setups, cup and handles, bottom bouncers, and base breakouts. My Heinz trade play is a stock that goes through the even number. I love it. The structure of the newsletter, if it's a 50-cent stock, you put $2,000 into it, you buy $500, $500, and $1,000. You buy it 3 times. If it's a dollar stock, you put $3,000 into it, 500, 1,000, and 15. $3 stock, $5 stock, $10 stock. And what happens and how to buy it 3 times. Whenever you get into a stock, it's going to do 3 things. It's going to go higher, it's going to go lower, or it's going to stay the same. This system and strategy tells you how to do the 3 buys as it would go higher, as it would go lower, or if it stayed the same. And it's all done over a course of 1 to 2 days. As an example, if the stock goes lower, you do the first buy on Monday, watch how the stock trades, and if it goes lower, you can do the same one 2 or more price increments lower on the day. So if you bought it at $7, You buy at 740, buy the next one at 710 as it drops 30 cents or 40 cents. Wait for it to drop, get another good price, and see how it closes for the day. Both buys are done in the same day. The third buy is done the following day when the stock forms a bottom and makes the first green bar up. You always want to buy 3 times.
Gotcha.
The rules, if the stock goes up after I give it to you, 10%, 30%, 50%, 100, whatever it is, use your discretion and price action. Watch the stock and sell half the position for a profit, raising your mental trail stop on the rest of the position until it reverses you out for a nice profit. Don't sell the second half lower than you sold the first half and you can't lose. Don't wait for me to tell you when to take a profit. Here's my comic strip. Dude, that's not what I meant by a dynamite stock pick. I should follow ProTrader Mike, right? He's sucking on a piece of dynamite. 9 picks this week. Bile, dude. I thought the thing's gonna break. It still can. It's got a 92 relative strength. It traded 118 million shares, 2,509% increase. It's going to break 77 and 85 with support at 54, heading to $1 to break $1.50 and $1.51. They have increased earnings estimates for the next 2 years, going from a loss of 56 cents to a loss of 13 cents to a loss of 9 cents. Last 2 quarters were a 70% and a 211% increase. That's a winner. Bile. They develop laser systems used in dental procedures by dentists and oral surgeons. This one's moving today, NVCN, to play as a base breakout into $1. It's testing $1 today. What they do is they develop minimally invasive medical devices for cardiovascular. 24% increase in volume, 795,000 shares versus 640,000. Base breakout over $1. Last quarter, 125% increase, going from a loss of $1.70 to a loss of 36 to a loss of 8. That's huge growth. And that's what I pull out another one right here, LPCN. 2 years of increasing earnings estimates from a lot. Look at this one. Losing 38 cents, losing 17 cents, and then making 20 cents. Can you imagine that, dude? Going from a loss of 17 to making 20. So the next 3 quarters are going to be huge. They'll probably be 5 or 6 cent profit versus that 7 cent loss, versus that 7 cent loss, and versus that 4 cent loss, and that 12 cent loss. So I know the next 4 quarters are going to be positive and blow those numbers away. So the price of the stock should go higher in reflection of that over the next 12 months. OTIC. And here's Heinz, MICT at $1.99 to go through $2. 3.4 million shares traded, 54% increase versus 2.2 million, going from a loss of 83 cents to a loss of 15 cents to a gain of 7 cents. A huge, huge increase. Electronic products, they manufacture mobile computing devices and simulators for navigation and defense. We're going to war, dudes. This stock's ripping. You know what I'm saying?
I'm listening.
There you go.
All right. Let's tell everybody how to get a hold of you via the email and everything else, and throw some offers out there so they get something for getting in touch with you.
Yeah, Mojo Day Trading, man. They offer, come trade with me, dude. MojoDayTrading.com. I got the best chat room, best newsletter. You've seen the pics. We don't do anything different, except what we do works. MojoDayTrading.com. Nothing really I could say, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, you can take some of the stuff that you do and throw some option tactics in there as well. Cause some of those things you were making 50 and 100% on kept going. And had you just taken a little bit of your profit and said, hey, I'll throw a
Mazel tov,
one year
dude.
option on there.
Oh, dude,
You know?
you're preaching. Now you sound like a songbird, dude. You're making beautiful music, dude.
Yeah.
We make beautiful music together.
Cause you gotta get a free look at it, you know?
Absolutely, man.
Yeah. All right, get a hold of ProTrader Mike. Go over to the Mojo Day Trader and get the details on what he's doing. optionprofessor.com. We do have the newsletter.
MojoDayTrading.com. MOJODAYTRAN. Dude, the best thing I've ever done is trading futures. I trade the NASDAQ futures.
Okay.
It's like the wild. I could trade the E-minis. They move like a little bit, like a one punch. But the NASDAQ futures, like a brrr, like hitting a, dude, this thing rips and volatile. And if you catch the right angle of the trade and the good entry on it, it's the quickest money-making business I've ever seen. You can get in one lot and immediately $200, $300, $400 be up in a matter of minutes. Then do it one more time, dude, you're done for the day. And it takes like 5 minutes. I've never seen anything like it. There's no manipulation from market makers.
You're talking about the E-mini or the micro, or what are you talking about?
I'm playing the NASDAQ.
E-mini?
The movement of the NASDAQ composite up and down.
Right.
It's called the NASDAQ futures, the NQ. And I have become a master in trading that particular vehicle. And how I trade it is I never look at a chart. People wouldn't, if you polled 100,000 traders, none of them but me and my little group, all of them would have to look at a chart in order to trade. I don't look at a chart. I look at the level 2 in this stock called SQQQ right here. Check it out. You see it's 828 by 829 in the level 2.
Right.
Right now, if it gets weak at 828 and goes to 827, the NASDAQ is making a green bar higher. So I already know if it goes to 827, you're going to see in 2 minutes a green bar higher. I don't need to look at a chart in order to see that it's going to go to 827 and it's going to make a green bar higher. And I know it 2 minutes before it happens because it's already getting crunched. The level 2 is only 5. Now it's all, or just moved higher again. As the 828 squeezes the bid and it gets smaller and smaller, the NASDAQ futures are going higher and higher. And it's happening as I'm speaking. And people are waiting for it, but I'm already in it doing it because I'm anticipating it. And that's how I trade, only by watching this SQQQ stock. It's a 3 times inverse of the NASDAQ. So if this thing, as it ticking back and forth, just ticking between 828 and 829, the futures are bouncing up and down by a lot. And if I time that correctly on the buy side and the sell side, according to how it wiggles in that level 2, right now you can see it's pushing higher. They went cross, it just popped up higher. Everyone in the whole world just saw, if they went long when I told them to, just made a beautiful move in the futures. And it happened 5 minutes, 4 minutes before I told you. It just did it. Just when it went to 827, you just made a huge profit. See how that happened?
So everybody who wants to get a hold of Mike and get an idea on how this works and other stuff that works, just go over to MojoDayTrader.com. And again, OptionProfessor.com does have the weekly update. So go over to the website, put your email in, and you get that free of charge. OptionProfessor.com. Hey, ProTrader Mike, always good. I know you got stuff to do this afternoon, so we want to let you run. And David, I'll throw it back to you. And thanks everybody for listening.
Yo, trade the futures with me, man. I'll get you all a funded trading account. You have to put up none of your own capital. You just come to Mojo, join the chat room. I get you on a simulator for 15 days. And if you hit the profit targets, you get a funded trading account. You don't got to put up any capital. Just come to me and ask me. I'll hook you up with more details. Peace, guys. Later.
That sounds great. Thanks a lot for being here. David, back to you. Okay.
All right, thanks guys. Yeah, lots of good info today. So just a quick reminder for everyone, be sure to subscribe to Timing Research on YouTube and your favorite podcast app. You can also go to TimingResearch.com and get access to any of the past shows and events, as well as the archive of today's show as soon as I can get it posted. Thanks everyone. Oh, and just want to thank my guests again for today, ProTrader Mike of MojoDayTrading.com and the Option Professor of OptionProfessor.com. Thanks everyone.